then, now. Forever. Together.
We are back with a brand new episode of Weekly Roundup. We're going to go through Raw and SmackDown for this past week. I apologize if this video is coming to you a little late. We're going to hit the highlights and then we're going to get on to Backlash. And my gosh, what a show it was. But first up with Monday Night Raw, we had the rest of the draft. We didn't have too many notable changes, but we had some NXT call-ups. It was great. We got them to Raw, the majority of them. We had Ilya Dragunov coming up to Monday Night Raw. Great move from NXT to Raw. Ilya Dragunov versus Gunther is sure to be down, going down in the books eventually, maybe at Bash and Berlin. But we also had Lyra Valkyria coming up to the main roster as well. So we had some great people coming up, and she also went to Monday Night Raw. So some great additions to the Raw roster. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell also went to SmackDown with DIY, which was, I believe, was last week. And Imperium staying on Raw. Damage Control moved to Raw. Braun Strowman is back. He got into a little bit of an altercation. You know, we had Logan Paul coming on to Raw, so go watch that segment. It was a good segment, and Jey Uso's reaction to it all was priceless. But Braun Strowman is back, and he's on Monday Night Raw. And the LWO is on Raw as well. And let's just mention real quick, Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. This rivalry is building, it's brewing. He's ticked off that CM Punk was actually there. It was a little bit of cat and mouse going on. Just great. Just this rivalry, this match when it happens is going to feed families, I tell you. And in the main event, Jey Uso, Ricochet, and Andrade pulled out a win over the Judgment Day. And that was a great victory for them ahead of their match at Backlash. But on SmackDown, we had a few things going on. You know, just to build a show. The France crowd. Like, we didn't think they were going to outdo Puerto Rico. But they started on Friday Night SmackDown and it got even bigger at Backlash. But we had a great tag team match to kick off the show. I'm not going to brush over that. We had a great team of Bayley, Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair getting the victory over a team of Tiffany Stratton and Damage Control. A big win for them ahead of their matches at Backlash. And in the main event, we had Cody coming face to face and having a great exchange of words with AJ Styles. And it ended with a little bit of disrespect ahead of their match. And then the show ended with an all-out brawl between the new bloodline, and KO and Randy Orton. Like, we had this whole thing with Cody and AJ, and then the camera turns and we see them fighting backstage, and that what closed out the show. Quick, a little short. I'm sorry if I was a little choppy on that, because we have so much to talk about Backlash. When you looked at this card, it looked good. It looked like a B tier Premium Live Event, as everybody's been saying. But my gosh, this show was phenomenal. No pun intended. From beginning to end, and the majority of that, I say 75% of that, not because the wrestlers, the WWE superstars didn't do a great job. They all did a great job. Every match was great, but the crowd elevated this Premium Live Event. France deserves a WrestleMania at this point. With the way they reacted, they sold out that place. They were hot on SmackDown, and then they got even hotter in ways we couldn't even imagine on Backlash. Go back and watch it from beginning to end. The crowd made every match feel very important, made it feel very hype, and it just elevated it to where it doesn't feel like a B tier pay-per-view. It felt like like a WrestleMania Part 2 just by the way the crowd elevated the entire thing. It was a great show from beginning to end, but we're going to get into the matches. We had Nick Aldis coming out at the beginning and declaring the tag team match to kick off the show, Team RKO versus the New Bloodline. After they were brawling before it, Nick Aldis says, we're not going to do this, we're going to have a street fight. And what an amazing decision that was. A great way to kick off the show. And they took Randy Orton and Kevin Owens to limit the New Bloodline. But just as when Kevin Owens and Randy Orton were about to get the win, here comes the new member, Tama Loa. I believe that's his name. Tongaloa, I think. Tongaloa, excuse me. And we were expecting Jacob Fatu. But that was a whole swerve. Dude came from up under the ring and pulled the ref out. And of course, the New Bloodline was able to capture the victory. Where's Jacob Fatu? No, I'm glad we got Tongaloa. But like, bro, this whole thing is just getting more and more interesting. Paul Heyman is concerned. I did not think we were going to be in a world where Paul Heyman is the babyface. But Paul Heyman even had an exchange, well, not even an exchange, but just an interaction, an altercation with Jey Uso in the back. The New Bloodline was walking past him, and Paul and Jey came face to face, and Paul was just shaking his head. He's just like, I don't know what's going on. He didn't have to say a word, but it's written all over his face. I don't know what's going on. I miss the old us. I miss you, Jey. I love you, Jey. I don't know what's going to happen. I miss my tribal chief. The Bloodline story is getting more and more interesting. But after a great showing from all three competitors, Bayley is able to retain the WWE Women's Championship against Naomi and Tiffany Stratton. Great showing from all three of these women. Great match. Title on the line. And I think the right call was made to have Bayley retain the title. But a great match. And of course, the crowd elevated this match as well. But Bayley, congratulations on your retain of the WWE Women's Championship. But now we have the Jey Uso putting up a fight. But he was not able to beat Damian Priest. Well, I'm not saying we all. A lot of us thought that Damian was going to retain. But my gosh, with the crowd and then the fight that Jey Uso put on, there was a few moments where I thought, they're going to pull the trigger on main event Jey Uso. Main event Jey Uso is about to be the main event. He's about to be World Heavyweight Champion. But because of Finn Balor and JD McDonough, kind of to the dismay of Damian Priest coming out there, Damian Priest was able to retain. But after the match, they wanted to attack Jey Uso more, but he stopped them. He was pushing them off. The Bloodline is expanding, but the Judgment Day is about to start collapsing. When Rhea Ripley comes back, I don't think she's going to have the Judgment Day to come back to. This story is very interesting. But congratulations to Damian Priest, who retained the World Heavyweight Championship. But what can I say about this next match? And the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. What a showing. What a great showing from the Kabuki Warriors. Shout out to Asuka, who got injured, I'm assuming, in this match. So we pray for a speedy recovery for her. But a great showing from both teams in this. But congratulations to Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, who was able to capture the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. I don't know who in the world's taking them titles off of them. They're going to turn on each other. Probably about 3 months. Maybe at SummerSlam. I don't know. But ain't nobody taking them titles from them. But after an amazing match that again was elevated by the French crowd, Cody Rhodes was able to defeat the Phenomenal. Go back and watch it. You'll get it. Every time Phenomenal was mentioned or something Phenomenal happened, they chanted, and it was just wonderful. Go back and rewatch it. But he defeated the Phenomenal AJ Styles, and he retained the undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship. Congratulations to Cody Rhodes, a successful title defense. He finished the story and he's continuing to build it. I don't know if him and AJ are done, Is he gonna keep fighting AJ? They're gonna make this like a trilogy or what? But congratulations to Cody Rhodes. It was a great match. Again, once again, elevated by the crowd. And that's Backlash. We thought Uncle Howdy was gonna come out. I don't know what to expect with that, but I guess not yet. Some people saw the QR code that appeared during the show, and it gave a phone number, I believe, and some people were calling in, and it sounded kind of creepy and different stuff. So I guess it's just not yet. But that crowd would have popped for Uncle Howdy. I'm telling you, they would have popped for that, because they popped for everything. Mr. Sanchez said he could have just been twiddling his fingers or doing something that nobody would respond to, and they would just pop and go crazy for it. That crowd was amazing. Us here in America, we need to take some notes. We need to take some notes. If you want to just see a small glimpse of what that crowd's like, go watch on WWE's social media the entrance from Jey Uso during that show. Jey Uso's entrance, even Triple H said it was just one of his favorite parts of the show. Go watch Jey Uso's entrance and just tell me that crowd was not hot. Just during that one guy's entrance. And they were like that the whole night. Like that at SmackDown. And my gosh, even at the press conference, I heard him in the background in the press conference after Backlash, he already ended. That French crowd was amazing, and they deserve so much more. They need a stadium show. Nick Khan even texted Triple H in the middle of the show talking about stadium. Yeah. So with that being said, please make sure to like, please make sure to subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Weekly Roundup. Again, I apologize for being a little late, but I hope you enjoyed Backlash. If you didn't watch it, go check it out. It was a great show from beginning to end. And that French crowd, well, I guess I'll be taking some notes. But always remember that Jesus loves you and so do I. And no matter what life throws at you, no matter what struggles you may be dealing with now, walk into your due season. Do not be weary in well-doing. You're going to reap that harvest eventually. So trust God, man. Trust God, my brother. Trust God, my sister. Keep believing. God is going to work it out for your good. So until next time, we'll see you next week. God be willing for a brand new episode of Weekly Roundup. So until then, take care and God bless.